Hello, everybody. There's no way.
Yeah. Luda, no.
Can we even keep that in? Hi, welcome back to this week's LudaCast. Welcome in, everybody. If you only listen to me on Spotify or Apple Music or anything where you can't see my face hole, first of all, rude. Second of all, you will not notice anything different this week. Other than I'm recording on my streaming setup, so my OBS setup. So if it sounds any different, that's why. If you usually watch me on YouTube for the podcast, I look a little bit different this week. You see, I wanted to switch it up, you know? Everybody loves my potato cams on stream, and we have a lot of fun with them. And I was like, I've never done a podcast with it. Why not try? You know, who doesn't want to listen to a talking potato? So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what's up. I kind of like it. I feel like it brings more movement into the podcast without having to edit it, you know? I'm gonna leave it a little bit more unedited. I personally, right now, can I just point this out? Hate stomach issues. All last week into this week, I've been dealing with stomach issues. I don't know if it's anxiety. I don't know if it's hormones. I don't know if it's stress. I don't know if it's sleep. I don't know if it's a food I'm eating. I don't know if it's just sensitive stomach issues. I don't know if it's water. Why do stomach issues not have why is there not a simple fix, you know? It's like, oh, you got a cough? Take some cough medicine. Oh, you're yawning? Maybe take a nap. Oh, you're stressed out? You know, maybe just put on a relaxing movie and just chill for the rest of the day. Oh, your stomach's upset? It could be 50 million things. Sorry. Can't really help you here. You could try this medicine, but probably won't help. You could try not eating this certain food, but probably not actually affecting you. You could try taking it easy, but then you're still gonna have stomach. I hate it, dude. I hate it. I don't know what it is, but I've been dealing with stomach issues all last week. So your girl, not in the best mood. Literally, puts me in such a bad mood when I have to deal with stomach issues. Because I'm like, this is so stupid. Why am I dealing with this? So that complaining aside, my pastor literally just did a sermon on not complaining and how we legit should not be complaining, and instead we should pray about the situation or look at the bright side and stop being so negative. And here I am like, bruh, I hate life. Okay, don't hate life. That's a joke. That's a joke. I love life. Anyways, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing great. Happy Tuesday. Happy podcast day. I always procrastinate filming podcasts. Did it again this week. But we've decided, and as in we, I mean me and the many different personalities within my head that I flip between. That's why you hear a country accent. That's why I get very anxious. That's why I get very loud and I get very quiet. We decided that, what was I saying? Oh, we've decided Thursdays will be podcast days. Not like the new posting podcast days. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to be filming and editing my podcasts on Thursday, so that they are ready to go, and I'm not filming them the night before, because look at me. After this, I also have to do school that's due tonight, because I'm a procrastinator, and I work best under pressure. I saw a tweet and it said, every time I procrastinate, I still end up getting it done, and it's why I still procrastinate. And I was like, oh my word, true. I should just stop allowing myself to do things on the day of the deadline, so that when it doesn't get done, I actually have consequences, and I'm like, well, crap, I should get it done next time. Anyways, today's podcast, I don't know how long it will be, but I'm just feeling a little, drained. I'm a very big introvert, which people don't, or can't tell, I guess, but it's okay, it's hard to tell who someone is when all you do is see what they want you to see. Does that make sense? Because even my live streams, I still, it's not my whole life streamed, or we're hanging out with a thing that I planned, whether it's games or just chatting or painting, whatever it is. And I do get open on streams, but it's still the TikToks I post, the YouTube videos I post, everything is edited and it's what I want you to see. So it's kind of like it's hard to be like, people actually, like, when people are like, oh, I really know them, I watch them all the time. It's like, okay, but you know the person that they portray. You don't actually know them, because they don't live stream their entire life, except if someone did like a singing 40-day live stream. Okay, maybe you probably know. So I say it doesn't seem like an introvert, because if it were to seem like an introvert, I probably wouldn't do content, because content is entertaining. Anyways, I'm a big introvert. And so I've been doing a lot of content today. I've been filming. I've been doing a lot of another side job I do with content. So I've been doing that. I've been sending out emails. I've been editing. I've been posting. I've been live streaming. And I realized, I was like, man, I'm kind of burnt. I'm kind of like burnt on, and not like burnt out, just in the sense of like, I did a lot today, and having to do a podcast on top of today is a lot. So if today's podcast is a little shorter, it's gonna be okay, because I will see you at some point. Literally, I probably am live streaming today or tomorrow or the next day, so you could come see me there. So yeah, I just want to put that out there in case this podcast is shorter. And I stopped even saying that I was gonna do short live streams, because I was like, why do I keep saying, oh, it's gonna be a short stream, it's gonna be a short stream? No, it's just going to be a stream. And whether it's 20 minutes or it's 5 hours long, it was a stream. Because I think saying, oh, it's gonna be a short podcast, it's gonna be a short stream, it's gonna be a long one, it's kind of invalidating the effort. Does that make sense? Like, oh, it's gonna be a short stream. To me and myself, it's saying, oh, it's gonna be not like a really good stream today, or it's gonna be like not enough of a stream, but like, I'm gonna try. So no, your 20-minute stream is good enough. It is enough as it is. It is a stream. It is not, okay, technically, like, lengthwise, it is a short stream. But it's like, I started saying that, and when I would do 2-hour streams, I literally would stream for 2 hours and be like, oh, today's gonna be a short stream for 2 hours, and be like, oh, sorry. It's like, that is plenty. So lengthwise, this might be short, but mentality-wise, it is enough. But today I wanted to kind of talk about a mindset, because I know a lot of us all deal with mental things, and even if you don't deal with like anxiety or depression or intrusive thoughts, even if you just deal with negative thoughts, which every human does. If you say you don't deal with negative thoughts, you are lying. You're a liar. Because we all do. Because we're human. So, negative thoughts are an every person thing. So I was like, you know what? I want to do a podcast on a subject that everybody can relate to. And if you can't relate to this, you're lying to yourself, sweetie. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, stop lying, alright? Okay, now we can continue. Anyways, we all deal with negative thoughts. And like I said, my pastor was preaching on it, and I was like, wait, I really love this. I really love the way he's speaking about it. And I really want to share that positivity within my community, because we need it. We need all the positivity we can get, truthfully. I do my best to stay positive for you guys and with you guys. And I know sometimes it can get tough whenever I'm going through something and I'm like, ah, man, like, it's going to be really hard to put on a smile today or this or that. But what makes it easier is I look at the silver lining. I look at the positivity. I'm like, okay, today sucked. But the bright side of it is I can go and make someone else's day better by entertaining them. And that's going to make me happy. Look at that. One silver lining. I can go and get to create content for my job. Look at that. A second silver lining. Today sucked, but I can make today better, because just because 80% of the day sucked doesn't mean that 20% has to suck too. It can be good too. We can turn it around. We can come back. 9-3 curse, we can come back, okay? So don't tell me that it's over when it's 9-3, all right? Because you can bring it back. So when it's 5:00 p.m., okay, EST, and you've had a terrible day since you woke up, don't tell me the rest of the day has to be bad, because if we can come back from 9-3, you can come back at 5 p.m. You can get home from your job and you can start the positive attitude. So that's what I want to talk about today. So buckle up, listen in, and take in my words because what I say is true. Hopefully. Literally always telling you guys not to listen to me because I don't say anything serious. Tells you to listen and I'm being serious. But something that he said that really struck me, and my entire family, we are complainers. We are big complainers. You know those people that always complain? And you're like, dude, shut up, stop complaining. That's us. We just like, it feels like you just got to get off your chest. You know, sometimes like, oh, I just got to get it off my chest. And once it's gone, like, I'm good. And he was talking and he was like, Christians like to label our negativity as venting. We like to say, oh, I'm just venting, you know, just got to get off my chest. And he was like, just because you put a prettier label doesn't mean it's any different. And I was like, oh, yay. Because my family we've been trying to work on our negativity and complaining, because we do deal with negativity. We do. It's a thing. We all deal with it. And we deal with complaining a lot. And so we would help each other and we would try to be like, hey, look at the bright side. Hey, what about this? Hey, we got this. You know, it's going to be okay. You're fine. Just look at the bright side. You'll be good. And recently, within the past year, just with so many things going on, we kind of lost that. And I myself lost it. I just became so negative, dude. And it does. If you don't think what you tell yourself affects you mentally, I don't know what to tell you, because tell yourself something over and over and over and over and over, you're gonna start to believe it. Whether it's I'm the best, I'm so good at this, I'm so good at what I do, I'm literally so good at what I do, or if it's, man, I suck, I'm literally worthless, I'm so stupid, I can't believe you're gonna start believing it. It's why when people get bullied, they take on those labels, because you get told something enough over and over and over, you're going to start to believe it. It's how our brains work. It's why a kid acts and believes like their parents, because guess what? They heard it from their parents. Their parents told them it enough over and over and over. They're going to start to act and believe as what their parents told them. If their parents told them the earth was flat, they're going to think the earth is flat. We're not even going to start on that discussion. The earth is round. I can't speak. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Maybe it's flat. Maybe it's a donut. I don't know. But yeah, so he was talking about how you got to stay positive, dude. You got to look at the bright sides. You got to be that annoying little gnat that says, hey, bright side is, or hey, look at the bright side, or hey, what's the positive thing about this though? And it's so stinking annoying. I know. I'm one of those people that's like, stop the bullcrap. It's not positive. There's nothing positive about this. There's no silver lining. Let me be upset. Let me complain. Let me hate the situation. And when people are like, hey, but look at the bright side, I'm like, no, I'm closing my eyes. You can't make me look at nothing. I'm not looking at the bright side. I'm not looking anywhere. All I'm looking at is what's in my head. And when you sit there and think about that, you think about that mindset, it's like, holy crap, I'm one prideful mother trucker. Because it's like, I really think I know best for me. Because if that's what I'm saying, then I'm saying best for me is telling myself negativity wins. And I think best for me is telling myself to believe the lies that I repeat in my head. And it just hit me that I was like, man, I've always known I'm a negative person. I look at the negative first, and it's something that I've tried to work on. And I've done so many Bible studies. I've literally just done regular studies. I've tried to work on it as much as I can, and it's like one of those things here, like, I give up. Like, I'll keep trying, but like, what else am I supposed to do? Like, I'm negative, and I've tried to work on literally everything, and nothing seems to be working. And when he said that, it kind of clicked of like, whoa, okay, I haven't thought about it like that yet. Because when he was like, you're looking at yourself, you're thinking you're prideful, thinking what you know is correct. Listen to when other people talk about the positive. Stop sitting there thinking, no, like, this situation sucks and I want to think that it sucks. Let me sit there and think that it sucks because I think this is what's going to make me feel better. you're just going to end up making yourself feel worse. And he's correct, because for years, I told myself, I can't get over my anxiety. I can't get over this. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do that. And guess what? I started to believe it. And now I'm here at 18 and I'm having to go through everything, and I'm having to literally say out loud, I can do this. I can breathe when I'm having a panic attack. I can overcome my anxiety. When I literally wake up, I have to repeat that to myself. I can accomplish these simple tasks, because for years I told myself, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do the task. There's too much. I can't. Or I can't. Mentally, I can't do it. I've tried everything. I just can't do it mentally. You tell yourself that enough. You tell yourself those negative things. Over time, you're going to believe it. You're going to start thinking you're worthless. You're going to start thinking you're stupid. You're going to start thinking you don't deserve what's in your life, when that is literally a lie from Satan. You do deserve what you have, because guess what? God gave it to you. And if you're telling yourself you don't deserve it, you're telling God he made a mistake. And I'm not gonna do that. Like, if there's anyone that I'm gonna make sure I don't backseat and say, hey, you did that wrong, I think it's gonna be the person who literally created us all. Like, it hit me so hard, and I was like, holy crap. I have self-talked myself into a hole that I don't know how to get out of. Because for years, I have told myself, I can't do this. You're so stupid. You're so stupid for doing that. You are so annoying. Shut up. You're literally stupid if you think that's gonna work. You're worthless. That didn't work. See, you're worthless. You are not enough because they didn't treat you like you're enough. You're not enough because it didn't work out. You're not enough because this person didn't choose you. And in the moment, it feels like an emotional just release, a way to just cope through it. But all you're doing is digging that hole deeper and deeper and deeper until you're going to be like, hey, I need help. I need help out. And there's going to be no one there to help you. Because everyone was at the top saying, hey, you gotta stop. You gotta stop telling yourself you can't, because you can, but you're gonna start believing it. You gotta stop making self-harm jokes before you start doing it. You gotta stop telling yourself, I'm just gonna oof myself because I can't say the word. I don't think on these platforms. Or you're gonna start genuinely thinking you want to. Because that's where I started. I started with the dark humor jokes. And I was like, oh, it's just funny. It's just funny. Oh, a very small inconvenient thing happened. Should go jump off a bridge. And like, sure, it's funny. Until you genuinely start thinking you want to. Because you woke up. Because your brain spins constantly. Is it worth it? Is it worth the humor? Is it worth the very minimal, momentarily relief when you're going through something and you made a mistake and go, oh, I'm so stupid? Is it worth years later going down the line having to go to therapy because you think you are worthless because of a mistake you made? Because you make one mistake, your whole world crumbles? Because guess what? It starts with the lighting of that match when you tell yourself, man, I'm so stupid. Man, I'm so dumb. Why did I do that? It's like we got to think about the words we tell ourselves. We have to stop racing through life. We have to stop running at full sprint. And we got to take literally a second. Take 1 second and just stand there and think, is this going to benefit my brain? If I tell myself this, am I going to feel okay and good later on? You made a mistake. You said something stupid. You did an action that caused someone to get upset. You're not worthless. You're not stupid. You're not dumb. Your action maybe was stupid. Okay, I'll give you that one. But you are not your action. We gotta dial back this negative self-talk that we've all just accepted. We've just accepted it. Everyone has just accepted this negative self-talk. And we're like, yeah, positivity. Yeah, peace for everyone. Yeah. And then you turn around, what do you tell yourself when you're alone? What do you tell yourself when you look back at the mistakes you made? When you look back at friendships maybe you've lost? Do you say, hey, you know what? At least I got to go through that friendship. At least I got to have that friend. At least I learned and grew through it. Or do you say, man, I'm so worthless and I wasn't enough for them, so they didn't stay my friend? Do you say, man, at least I was able to have someone help me when I made that mistake and I grew and I learned from it? Or do you say, man, I'm so stupid. I don't deserve to have anyone help me because I made such a stupid mistake. Because you want to know what we really all deserve? We all truthfully deserve life burning in hell. Like, you want to be blunt about it? You want to be honestly blunt about it? We are all very evil and prideful and sinful human beings. Whether you believe in Christianity, you believe in a higher power, or you believe in nothing at all, I think we can all agree on the fact that we are very evil. Even the best of us. Even literally the best of us. We are all rooted in evil. And everyone can agree on that simple statement. Babies come out of the womb crying because they know they can get attention. And I'm not saying when like you first get born, like, I'm saying like when they're a baby and they start crying, and then you go over there and you like rock them, they're like, hey, I got them. We're all rooted in evil, and what we truthfully deserve is punishment for that. Whether you believe hell is real or not, I think we can agree that we deserve punishment for the evil. So, as a Christian, I believe hell is very real, and I believe there is historical evidence and biblical evidence, oh, there's my dog, to agree with that statement. Again, whether you believe in that or not, that's totally okay. But hell, to me, is very real, and we deserve that. Every day, we wake up and deserve that. But God sent his son, his only son, to die on the cross a terrible death. He sent his son perfectly, a perfect son, as a man. He came as a man to be an example of love. He didn't come down on this earth and every time he met someone go, I'm going to have to die for you later because you're such a stupid little worthless human being. Praise me. He didn't do that. He didn't go, wow, look at that guy. You are sinning, my man. And that is wrong. He didn't do that. You want to know who he pointed out? The stinking Pharisees, who thought they were the best Christians of all. He pointed out Christians. He pointed out people who thought they were following him because guess what? He said, they're so worried about themselves. They're not even looking at me. They're so worried about calling out people who are sinning, calling out other Christians who are sinning. They're not even looking at me. They're not even sharing my love. Because you know what Jesus called us to do? Share his love. That's what he was an example of, and that's what we're called to do. He died on a cross for us because we deserve hell, but he loved us, and he said, I want to sacrifice myself so that you can deserve life in heaven because of me. We don't deserve it because of ourselves. The only reason we get to go to heaven is because Jesus died on the cross. And when you cling on to him, then he says, we deserve it. You don't deserve it on your own. But Christ said, here, come here. Come on, I'll take you with me. All you gotta do is believe on me. All you gotta do is repent from your sins and come to me. And that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. But can I just say, everyone who's like, repent from your sins, if you look at what truthfully are sins, it's literally God trying to tell us how to live the best life on this earth. Just don't murder someone. Don't steal from someone. Love other people. Don't be mean and crude to other people. We're allowed to be angry. People are like, oh, I just could not be angry. You're allowed to be angry. Jesus literally threw things out of a temple. You're allowed to be angry. Don't cause harm to other people. Like, all these things that he's kind of just saying, hey, this is kind of like how you live like the best life on the earth that I kind of created. Like, I kind of made you and the earth you're in. This is like kind of how it will work the best. Like, you can do what you want, but this is kind of how like it'll work the best. So like, go for it, homie. Basically is what he said. So from there he says, hey, come here. We got this. We deserve heaven because I got you. His sins, I'll take them. I got them. I covered them. It's on me. You know when you go through the drive-thru, someone paid for your meal? You know how special you feel? You know that little like tingly feeling? You're like, oh, that's someone paid for me. That's what he did. Every single day, that's what he does. So when you sit there and you tell yourself that you don't deserve something, you're telling Christ he made a mistake. You're telling Christ that he died on the cross for no reason. That him coming down and sacrificing his life was all wrong. That's what you're saying when you say, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this person in my life. I don't deserve this person who shows me love even when I make a mistake. I don't deserve my family. I don't deserve my friends. I don't deserve this job. I don't deserve this money. I don't deserve my happiness. Who are you to tell yourself what you're to deserve? Because last time I checked, we didn't make ourselves. There's a creator in heaven who's looking down saying, I told you and made you in my image. I didn't make a mistake. I sent my son to die for you. And you're telling yourself you're stupid? You deserve nothing? I told you you were beautiful. I told you I loved you. Yes, you make mistakes, but I still love you. Let's try not to make the mistake anymore. Let's try to fight that addiction. Let's try to work past that anger issue that escalates to where you're not just angry. He's like, I still love you. So when we are so negative to ourselves, when we have this negative talk in our mind, we're literally looking at God saying, you're wrong. You made a mistake. I don't care what you think. Basically, that's like, if we want to put a like blanket statement, that's kind of what you're saying. And I get it. It is ridiculously hard to not have any negative thoughts. And you're not gonna, because we're not perfect. But I will say, you can definitely like put yourself in check. Because that day that I listened to that, I put myself in check. I said, huh. Like I used to try. I used to try to make sure I was looking at the silver lining. I used to try to make sure I was being positive. I used to try to fight those negative thoughts. For every thought that I thought, man, you are stupid, I turn around and I compliment myself. For every thought that came in of, man, you are ugly, I turned around, I looked at myself and I said, you are beautiful. For every thought that came in and said, you are not enough. You literally are only worthy of what you do and how much you work. I turned around and I gave myself time to relax. And I said, you were enough because you were alive. For every time that I said, I am my anxiety and I cannot overcome this, I repeated to myself, I am more than what I deal with. And I can conquer this through Christ. For every time that I sat there and told myself I can't, I turned around and told myself I can and I will. Because I'm not settling for a subpar life. Because God sent his son to die on a cross so that we could live abundantly. And I'm over here saying, you know what? That's great. I'm going to live subpar. I know you like sacrificed your son and everything. Nah. I'll suffer. Over here, listening to my sad songs. Crying. Like, it's silly, you know? When we put it in those terms, it's so silly. But when a friend of decades turns their back on you and leaves, it's really hard to sit there and go, you know what? The positive thing is, at least we were friends and got the time we had. It's really hard to sit there and pray for that person instead of complain about that person. Man, I can't believe they left this way. Man, I can't believe they did this. Man, that person, forget them. That person, this. I'm just venting. I gotta let it out. I gotta let off some steam so I don't harbor a grudge or anything. Or how about you just forgive them? Like God forgives you? And pray for them? And think on the positive. Because if God did what we did, he was like, man, I gotta just let off some steam. I forgive you, but so that I don't hold a grudge, I gotta just let off some steam. We'd be like, hey, God, please, like, please don't. But then we're like, man, I deserve to have these feelings. I deserve to sit here and vent and complain because this. You can't really be a hypocrite, man. You can't be like, man, God, please forgive me, and then turn around and be like, I'm not forgiving this person. You know? And of course, we're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. But again, it put me in check. And so since that service, I've been really thinking and challenging my thoughts. I think it's a very much so a case of challenging yourself. You're not going to not be able to think. You're not going to be able to never have a negative thought. It's not possible. But you know what is possible? Challenging them. When they pop up, don't accept them. Don't interact with them. Go, man, that thought just came in. I told myself I'm so stupid because I made a minor mistake. I emailed this to the wrong person. And I cussed myself out in my own head. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to email this to the right person. Silly me. And then I'm going to sit here and I'm going to set a timer for 30 seconds. And I'm going to list things that I am good at. And that I think are my best traits. And I'm going to compliment myself for 30 seconds. Like, man, that's stupid. I ain't doing that crap. That's girly crap. Okay, bye. Then don't do it. I don't really care. But for the people that are listening, like, do it and watch your mental change. Do it, watch your mindset change. Watch how you start to glow with positivity. People always come in, they're like, man, you're just like, you just have an aura and vibe of like positivity. Doesn't just show up like this. Let me tell you that real quick. You know, the people who are like, it takes my coffee and my morning reality TV and my shower before I am in a good mood. You know what it takes me? Working hourly to make sure I'm challenging my brain, to make sure that I'm thinking on positive things, to make sure the intrusive thoughts that pile into my brain, I'm not holding on to or interacting with. I'm saying, hey, they come and they'll go. But you know what I am going to think on? Positivity. Man, I did a really good stream today and I'm really proud of myself. And choose the thought of, it was only 20 minutes. You literally, that was so short. You don't deserve to be able to be a streamer. I'm so proud of myself for getting through 20 minutes of streaming when I used to not be able to at all. I'm so proud of myself for taking a step and taking a stand and putting myself out there. I'm so proud of myself for creating a brand and a community. Challenge yourself. Challenge your brain. Challenge your thoughts. Because they won't win if you challenge them. They're kind of weak. Like, they're kind of weak, homies. So all you got to do is challenge them and they won't win. But it takes effort. It takes thinking. It takes notes, reminders. I set them up around my room. I have them on my phone. I still ignore them. It's not one little reminder. You need 20. You need 30. You need them on your car window. You need them on your car door. You need them on your keys. You need them on your phone. You need them on your laptop. You need them everywhere. Because the more you try to think on the positive, the more Satan's going to remind you of the negative. You're going to go, man, 80% of today was bad. But Lulu said, 9-3 curse. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to be positive. And then Satan's going to sing and punch you in the face and be like, you suck. You are so ugly and you're worthless. You'll be like, man, that one hurt. Not going to lie. But I'm going to set a 30-second timer and I'm going to think about and compliment myself. You set that 30-second timer. You're going to start doing it. He's going to be like, man, they used to just stop after one. I'm going to punch him again. And then you might get another punch. And this time, you might accidentally drop something and break it. And I thought of, man, you're so stupid. Why did you do that? And you go, hey, I'm not stupid. I made a simple mistake and it's okay. Satan's gonna go, what is happening? Really? I gotta do more than 3? I didn't have this plan. It truthfully changes your mind. Like, I know I'm making jokes about it, but it truthfully changes your mind. And I'm in the process of it as well. So if you guys want to, like, keep everyone accountable, if we all want to have a community of positivity, I'm doing it every day. So when you come into my streams, we can help keep each other accountable. When you come into my YouTube videos, maybe I'm having a bad day, and in a YouTube vlog, I'm like, man, I'm just doing this and this and this. And you can set a little comment and be like, hey, remember the positives, those. We got this. And so whenever you come into my streams or you comment, you're like, man, today was rough. I can be like, hey, but remember the positives. You're alive and you're doing well. And some people can't do that. Some people can't say that. We are blessed. We are blessed and we have such amazing purpose in this life. And if you let negativity drown that out, your purpose is going to go to waste. And I, for one, refuse to let stinking negativity destroy my purpose. Like, if it's gonna be destroyed, it's gotta be something cool, like a stinking giant whale attack or something. Not negativity. It's like a tiny little rat dog. You're literally letting a tiny little rat dog, like, drown you out. Just so you know. When you let negativity take over, consume your life, you're letting a tiny little rat dog sit there and pretend he's a big dog. You know what we do to tiny little rat dogs that pretend they're a big dog? We pick them up and we go, look how silly you look. You got to do what's best for you. If it's dumbing it down into simple little statements, it's dumbing it down to simple little statements. If it's sticky notes to remind yourself, if it's phone reminders, if it's getting a friend to keep you accountable, whatever it is, we got to be positive. We got to be more positive, dude. Or we're going to be the generation of negativity. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be a wave, a giant black cloud that comes over the entire world and says, life sucks. Then you die. The end. I got a lot of negative things in my life. Some you know, some you don't. And you never will. I'm not going to let it ruin it. And I'm not going to let it rule it. Because the 9-3 curse is real. And I'm going to win. I'm competitive. Not letting it win. Not letting Satan win. Too competitive. Way too competitive. Like, I refuse. I got a lot of negative things. And I was letting it define who I was. I wasn't looking at the positives. Wasn't being positive. I was so negative. I still am sometimes. But I'm making a change. And my mindset is going to be stuck on positivity. I don't care if I have to force the positive words into my brain hole. I will. Oh, trust me, I will. Because I'm going to win against this stupid battle of stupid negativity. Because guess what? I get to call it stupid. Because it is stupid. But it's gonna change your mind. It's going to change your mindset. And you're going to reflect positivity. You're going to reflect love. And now that you love yourself, you can love others. Because you can't be an example of God's love if you don't even know how to love yourself. I'm sorry. God says to love your neighbors as yourself. But you're over here wishing you were dead. Wishing that you didn't even have your life because you're so worthless. Because all you do is mess everything up. How are you going to turn around and give that to someone else? You wouldn't. So before you can love your neighbor as you love yourself, before you can give God's love out to others, you got to accept it. You gotta stop telling yourself, I'm right. No. I know what I'm doing. That's just how I cope. I just gotta get it out there. Take the advice from someone who spent years saying, nah, I know what I'm doing. Nah, that's how I cope. It's how I cope. Is it, or are you just prideful and don't want to change your ways? Is it, or is it easier to sit in what you're dealing with? And it's harder to make this change. It's harder to be more positive, so you just want to take the easy route. It's something new and you don't want to try it. Because what if it doesn't work? Then you're a failure. Hey, try this, and if it doesn't work, you can go back to calling yourself stupid. What's that going to do to me? And I can say that because I know for a fact that if you spend time, you spend weeks, you spend months, you spend years telling yourself, every time you say, man, I'm so stupid, you say, I made a mistake, and that is okay. I love myself, and I'm doing my best. So good stuff. You're not gonna actually believe that you're stupid. I said it so much that I began to actually believe I was stupid. I was like, man, I am so stupid. And it took friends and family and my pastor and everyone being like, you're like really smart. Why are you saying you're stupid? I was like, because I make so many stupid mistakes. And they were like, we're human, we make mistakes. Hello? So, trust me. We got to make this change before negativity rules our lives. Because it will. And it doesn't take long for it to do so. So we got to be more positive. Take the stance. Literally prove to yourself that you can be positive. I am not positive at nature. Point blank, end of story. I've tried to be positive at nature. You know what ends up happening? Not positivity. So I used to stop there. I was like, well, guess I'm just not positive. Anyways, life sucks. Okay. Not positive in nature? Practice. Write it down. Practice being positive. It's a skill. If you're not positive in nature, guess what? It's a skill you need to learn. You want to tell yourself you're stupid? Tell yourself you're stupid for not learning the new skill then. And then maybe go learn the new skill. If you're not positive in nature, it's okay. But you can learn to be positive. With you on the learning part because I ain't there yet. But I'm learning because it's a choice. Because it's a choice to choose to learn how to be positive. You want to sit in your negativity. You want the easy route. You want to continue to live in a negative and anxious mindset 24/7. I can't force you to do anything. But I have a platform to use my voice, and I'm going to use it. So please, be more positive. Be more kind to yourself. And cut the negative self-talk out. It's doing you no good. You're being a bully to yourself. And it's gonna have its consequences. Can't everyone always says karma and like the people that bully people growing up now, they're gonna have issues, all this. You're being a bully to yourself. Consequences are gonna come around sooner or later. So my best advice, cut the negative self-talk out and challenge your negative brain with positivity. And be that annoying little gnat. To the point where people are like, you're so stinking annoying because you're so positive. I'd be like, bright side of that is that I'm helping you. I don't like you. That's how that conversation will go. But that's just, I don't know. I wanted to talk about it because it hit me so hard. And I'm working on it. And if you guys want to work on it too, we can work on it as a community. And we can be a positive light. And it'll start small. But soon we can shine our positivity so bright. People go, why are you different? Why are you looking at the positive when you have a load of crap that you've been through? How are you still walking when you should have a sinking backpack full of drama? And I can say, oh, well, yeah, I could have chose to hold on to that. But the positive side of being alive and having free will is that I can choose to also not hold on to it. I still deal with some of this stuff, but not as much as I would if I held on to it. Because now I look at the bright side. And I'm glad I went through what I did. Because yes, it brings up negative things for me, but it also gives me opportunity to grow, and it gives me opportunity to relate to you guys and help you guys out. So I'm glad that I went through it. Sucked, yeah. Hello. But I get to help people now. So I do it again in a heartbeat. And that's when people go, well, I feel like terrible. I want to feel that way too. And we go, oh, just join us. just coming out then. Doesn't cost anything except your time and having to listen to this voice 24/7. But yeah, that's really all I want to talk about for this podcast, because I just really feel like negativity has taken over, and I, for one, am done with it. I'm breaking up with negativity. It's not me, it's it. And it being negativity. That's the negativity. So we're done. I've never broken up with someone before, so I don't know how this works. Do you like cry now, or that's all. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you decided to make some change. And if not, oh well. I'll release a podcast in a couple weeks that'll hit you. You know, we'll get you at some point. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Hope you had a good listen. Whatever you were doing, hope you get it well. Give yourself a compliment right now. Do it. Compliment yourself. I'm gonna compliment myself. I'll share it. I am proud of myself, and I did a good job. And even though I had a lot of content and put out there, and I was very drained, I still went in and I still filmed this podcast, and I had a good time. Did I say some ums? Did I say some things? Did I say have some pauses? Sure. My brain's a little tired. But I'm proud of myself for doing it. And I know that it'll help some people. So I'm good stuff. Good stuff, me. And there you go. That's how easy it is. Felt a little silly. Guess what? We're all a bunch of little silly gooses, so it doesn't matter. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Hope you decide this week to be more positive. I'll do a little checkup. I'm going to be checking up on my community. You better not. If you come into my chat, be prepared. I'll ask. If you don't want to be asked, don't come to my chat. I mean, like, kind of come to my chat, because, like, I'm kind of trying to, like, be a Twitch streamer full-time, so, like, I kind of need the support, but also, I'm going to be asking, so if you aren't being positive, and if you haven't taken that step, if you're not complimenting yourself, be prepared, because I'm going to be asking. And we got this. I always pray for you guys. I literally have, like, not everyone's name, but, like, in a group collectively, I pray for you. Every morning, every night, whenever I can remember, I pray for you guys. So, I'm here for you. I'm rooting for you. And we've got this together. We will be more positive. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's podcast. I release every other Tuesday. So make sure you tune in. Subscribe to the podcast. LudaWissy everywhere on all social media. I stream all the time on the Twitch. I post all the time on the YouTubes. And this podcast is LudaCast everywhere. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a 5-star review. Don't be a meanie. Something. You're a queenie. And become a Ludaweenie. I really need to memorize my outro. Love you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Come on.